Oh, I'm going to talk about something I've talked about a lot. It's time to talk about it again. The question is, hey Ben, why is there tape on the front of your optic? So this is one of my training guns. This thing pretty much lives for dry fire. I even have the no powder, no primer dummy rounds loaded into it. Um, as my kind of primary training gun, this one is occluded, so taped over the front of the optic. Now, why would I do that? Again, some of you know, probably most of you know at this point, but if you don't, we'll go over it again. So this is occlusion. So the way that this works, this is a training tool. This doesn't solve a problem for me. It's just a tool that helps me train. Look at it like this. So you can see I'm looking right at the camera, two eyes open, and my non-dominant eye, you can see it, it can see you, it can see the lens of the camera. The red dot is now right on the camera. My dominant eye looking down the sight. All right. So what this tape does is it makes it so my dominant eye cannot see the target that I'm shooting at. Well, why is this a good thing to do? Why is this a good training tool? Because the way that I want to shoot is two eyes open, focused on a spot on the target. I do not want to shoot focused on the sight itself. I want to like look through the sight, look through to the spot on the target that I want to shoot. Now, the way that occlusion functions as a training tool is if I actually stare at the red dot, my brain, like the dominant eye image will take over and it'll just show me black hovering, like whatever's downrange. I can't see downrange. All right. That's how occlusion works as a training tool. It's like if I actually focus on the red dot, it shuts down my view of the target, indicating to me, hey, dum dum, you are focused on the sight, not on the target. Uh, this is like for me, this is a very, very helpful training tool, especially with the rifle. Now, the reason I think this is even better with the rifle is I've got a bigger objective window. It sits really close to my face and it doesn't reciprocate with the slide. So the red dot's just kind of sitting there and it's way easier just to stare at it. Especially with the rifle, it shoots further away. Um, and the more inclined you are, the more you're thinking, hey, I want to be accurate, the target's far away, the target's demanding, whatever, the more people are inclined to stare at the sight. Now, as important of a training tool as I think that is, and useful as it is, there's still a lot of guys that either A, think it's stupid, like some high level shooters think it's really stupid too. And a lot of like people look at it and they're like, oh man, what's that all about? Why would you have that? So that's why it definitely bears discussion. Like, hey, why is this thing occluded? Now, occlusion is not for everyone and not for all the time. So there's some people, I don't know, it's a pretty small percentage of the population, but there's some percentage of people that have something wrong with their eyes, like they don't converge in the same spot or whatever. There's a lot of issues that it could be. And what they'll have happen is when they occlude the sight will appear to them to be in one spot and then they shoot and they're zero. It's like there's zero shifts when they occlude in it's a very predictable way. Like for that individual, when they shoot, the zero will always shift the same way. uh some percentage of people have a problem like that, which means they can't occlude when they're shooting live ammo. It just won't work. um yeah, but then it's just a dry fire only tool for them. However, if this is not something you've tried, you should definitely try it. If you're one of the people that has tried it by just taping over the dot and doing a little bit of dry fire or shooting static at one target one time and then you take the tape off, I think you're missing out. I think leaving it on there longer, doing more complicated drills or different scenarios, that's going to end up being helpful and reveal to you a lot of what your habits are. So that's what the tape is on the optic. That's why it's there. If you don't know, now you know, and you should definitely try it if you haven't.